All right, guys, today we have an unusual matchup. In the red corner, weighing in at 11.5 ounces, the Ruger LCP MAX. And in the blue corner, weighing in at 18.5 ounces, we have the Glock 43X MOS. All right, guys, so let's jump into it. All right. Now, this is for those of you that are interested in purchasing either a Glock 43X or a Ruger LCP MAX, and you're not really sure which way to go because you don't have either firearm. All right, so we'll give this experience just based on having both of these firearms here. All right, and maybe this can help you out in some shape, form, or fashion. All right, so let's get into it. We'll start off. I want you guys to see the size difference. Now, both of these are considered the micro guns, all right? So they're in the micro class. The LCP MAX, check it out, slide length. You're looking at 5 inches on the slide length, all right? I would say about maybe 5.25 total. Let's see. Yep, 5.25 total. All right. Over here we have the 43X MOS, and which is going to be the same dimensions of the 43X, and you got a total slide length of 6 inches. All right, and then the total length is going to be 6.5. All right, but you guys can see, I mean, this thing looks huge compared to the LCP MAX. All right. Just so you get an idea. You see that? So lengthwise, or height-wise, I should say, it's not really true because I'm trying to keep the gun from sliding, but if you line it up from the top, it's about right there. Okay. So you get a lot of extra baggage here at the bottom of the 43X, which does come into play in terms of printing. All right. So it just really depends on your body type and how you carry or what kind of holster you have. All right. So, all right, guys. So check it out. They both come with 10-round magazines. All right. The LCP MAX is going to have a double stack bottleneck 10-round magazine. All right. And if you notice, this is not the Ruger floor plate. Okay. This is actually a pierce. So it extends out a little bit longer here at the bottom, and it has more of a curve or flare to it. All right. But it doesn't add any extra rounds. So I just bought that just to see how it would feel versus the Ruger floor plate. All right. And as you can see, we got the whole grip. So width wise, the way I have the LCP MAX set up, and this is the only way that I can pretty much run it because of the size of my hands, it's actually a little bit wider than the 43X with this whole grip. All right. But I need it. I need that palm swell on that grip so I can get, a good purchase. I shoot this gun one-handed. All right. So I need that. I can't run it without it. All right. So we'll just compare it like that. So they're pretty close though, but it does flare out a little bit. So width is about the same, the way we got them configured. Capacity is the same, but you got a single stack here. All right. 10 rounds. So both 10 plus 1, pretty much even in that category. And if you guys haven't seen the LCP MAX playlist, we do have I believe it's 12 round. Hold on one second. Yep. So you got the extended boy right here, the extended version. And this is actually how I carry it. All right. So optional 12 rounder here. You have an optional 15 rounder here. Okay. I know Palmetto State Armory makes one, and there's another company out there that makes one as well. All right. So feel free to drop it in the comments if you guys want to share that information. All right. So can increase the capacity. All right. And basically you get 3 extra rounds if you do increase the capacity with the 43X. All right. Now, both of these triggers out of the box, especially in the older 43s and the 43Xs, all right, they ship them with a minus connector now. So if you buy one tomorrow, or not too long ago you purchased one, it comes with a minus connector, so the trigger would feel a little bit better. But the problem that I have, some of the Glocks, they put these ridges on the triggers, and then you got some of them come from the factory and they're smooth, and those ridges, along with the safety blade not being able to depress all the way inside, that in combination with the ridges, it aggravates my finger, if I shoot more than like 50 or 75 rounds at the range. All right. But with the smooth trigger, it doesn't bother me. All right. So that's one issue. But both of these, were purchased a while ago. So you're going to have the harder trigger pull on here. So basically you're going to need to do trigger work on both of these guns. Okay. We do have a trigger hack for the LCP MAX, so check out the playlist if you want to see that. And we decided to upgrade and go with a whole new trigger altogether. All right, so you will want to toy around with the trigger. Some of you, it may be fine, you know what I mean, but most of you guys, if you have aftermarket triggers or connectors or things like that in your Glocks, then I know you're definitely going to want to play around with this. Over here in the LCP MAX, you don't have too many options. Okay, but this was the best option for me in my hands, and how I hold a gun and everything like that. Okay, so we got a few of those pointers out of the way. Slide width is actually pretty similar. Okay, they're not too far off. This is 0.87 and this is 0.81. Okay, but they may be going from the widest point here. It has these 2 ears on the back on each side that protrude out, that allow you to get a better purchase, okay, when you're racking the slide. So slide width is very similar. Okay, now sights out of the gate, LCP MAX is going to win there, only because you get a very bright glow from that tritium front sight. All right, and it does have a white ring around it and a green tritium insert. Blacked out wrist sight. Glock sight standard, pretty much polymer. As you guys all know, kind of looks like a goal post, a football goal in the back here. They actually, good sights, just, nothing good for nighttime. All right, a low light visibility. All right. So the LCP MAX edges it out in that department. Of course, we all know by now that the 43X MOS is the only one that has the rail in the front. If you got a regular 43X, it doesn't have the rail. All right. Both have front cocking slide serrations, so pretty even there. All right, so let's just jump into the real meat and potatoes of the differences here, right? Obviously, the size, okay? Way bigger, way smaller. 2 different weight classes, okay? 9mm, 380. Now, what I would suggest doing and what I do here is I actually run with hotter ammo here. So the ammo that I use gets the 380 caliber up to 9mm speeds. All right. So we're running hot ammo out of here, but it's not actually plus P ammo. All right. So you guys can do your research there, or check out my top 3 ammo choices for the LCP MAX in the playlist, and you can get an idea, of some options there. Okay. So that's what I do to get to pack a little bit more punch in terms of ballistics out of the LCP MAX. Here, you can run whatever you like. All right. I would stay away from plus P, like 115 grain, 124, because the gun is already snappy. It doesn't have a lot of weight to it. You know, as far as compared to like a Glock 26 or something like that with the heavier slide, it soaks up the recoil. With the 43X, it's still, you know, it's not heavy enough, you know, so it makes the gun very snappy. So you want to try to stay with 115 grain ammo or less. All right. And the lighter the grain, the least the snappiness will be. Okay. So you're going to be more accurate. If you don't have gigantic hands, you're going to be more accurate with the LCP MAX. Now, if you do have larger hands, just go ahead and throw a whole grip on there and do the 13-pound outer recoil spring swap. All right. Transforms this gun tremendously in terms of your accuracy and, you know, your groupings at the range. All right. With the Glock, the spring mechanism inside is actually perfect. It's a pretty good setup, pretty good situation there. And it's just that the gun is tall. So it's actually good for big hands, small hands, you know, things of that nature. Both of these guns, you're going to have to do a few things out of the gate. You know, we already discussed the triggers, but you can get away with running them stock. But it just depends on, you know, how in depth that you normally go with your firearms. Okay. You cannot, or it says that you can't, or you shouldn't run plus P pressure loads out of the LCP MAX. Some of you guys do it. Some of you have had issues. Some of you haven't. All right. There's really no need to run plus P, especially with the lighter grain, faster shooting ammo that comes in standard pressure. You really don't have to. All right. Even though you do put the 13-pound outer recoil spring in there, that's not the only thing that will help your gun take plus P ammo. It's just the pressure inside of the barrel in the chamber. All right. And over time, it does wear it down. Who knows? Maybe it could explode, maybe not. You know, will it? Probably not. But it's just up to you if you guys want to gamble with that. Over here with the 43X, you can run plus P, but it's going to be hard to hit, you know, at certain distances if you're running plus P 124 grain or something like that, or even 135 grain. So I don't know, guys. It's just up to you and your grip strength and how the handgun feels in your hand. Okay. So you have to make the decision on that. Now, one of the good pointers about it is more controllable. All right. 380, very light recoil, shoot it with one hand. And trust me, guys, after you swap to a 13-pound outer recoil spring and a whole grip, it's going to make a world of difference. You will fall in love with this little gun here. All right. 43X, only way you're probably going to shoot this one-handed is if your target or assailant is close range. All right. If they're a little bit further than 7 yards and they're actually moving, you know, zigzagging or running or, you know, changing direction or doing anything like that, you might miss your target. All right. So you got to be mindful of that, especially this day and age. Let's say you're defending your life or defending yourself or your family from a threat, right? And someone is approaching you. You pull your firearm out and you defend yourself. If one or two or a few of those shots miss, and let's say you hit somebody in the background or somebody that you didn't intend to hit, the 9mm is actually going to do more damage. All right. And even though you may have been defending yourself or defending other people around you, let's say you know, when you hit the wrong person, in this day and age, man, people will sue you, you know, and they could have been one of the, you know, the people, the strangers that you were defending. But let's say they get hit by a bullet, they may try to, you know, bring a civil suit or something against you. All right. So you just got to be mindful of that. And then if you got some nasty ammo that you're running out of here and you hit the wrong person, that's just going to magnify it even more in the lawsuit, you know, as far as how they're going to try to come at you. So just be careful, guys, with that. Nowadays, all you really need is a 380 running with that faster ammo that'll put you with those 9mm type speeds or velocities. Okay, guys. So, you know, that's pretty much the main differences. All right. I would say cost, as far as when you purchase the gun and things that you may have to do to them, it's pretty even, you know, because with Glock, you definitely gonna have to change the sights. So that'll be 80 to about anywhere between 80 and 150 bucks. All right. With the Ruger, you won't have to change the sights, but you know, you can spend 30, 40 bucks on the trigger, 10 bucks on the 13-pound outer recoil spring. I would say 17 bucks on the whole grip. It comes with a decent size finger base here on the factory magazine. But if you want to upgrade to the extended magazine, you're talking about, I would say, I think it's like anywhere between 30 and 50 bucks, depending on which website or where you get it from. All right. So it balances out. All right. As far as the things that you're going to need to do to the gun. All right. With the 43X, accuracy out of the box, I would say I would give the edge to the 43X, just running standard 115 grain ball ammo at the range versus, you know, running 92 grain out of a brand new LCP MAX without any of those modifications that I just mentioned. They're both, they're similarly accurate, right? But I'll give the advantage to the 43X. All right. Now, if you've done the things that I've done to the LCP MAX, then the accuracy is going to tip back over in favor of the LCP MAX, because trust me, guys, that 13-pound recoil, outer recoil spring makes a huge difference. All right. And they do have other weights. So for those of you who have issues with your hand and your grip and things of that nature, you can go through Wolf and get a few different recoil springs. I think they have 11, 12, and 13. And then if you go through M Carbo, I believe it's M Carbo, then they have the just only the 13. So I have the M Carbo. All right. All right, guys. So, hey, drop a comment, send this video to one of your friends, guys. Just if each person, you know, shares the video with one person, all right, the channel will continue to grow. And, you know, as always, make sure you drop your comments below, like and subscribe if you feel so. All right, thanks. See you guys next time.